Jaguars fans, Clowns fans, everyone that has done the clown profile picture on Twitter, everyone that has done it on Facebook, welcome in back into the fan cave. Welcome, guys. You know, I'm gonna stay this way until the clown's removed. You know, if they're gonna have one clown, they're gonna have a lot of clowns. So I'm all here for it. I'm gonna stay a clown until they remove the clown. Simply put, but this Jaguars team is going up for one of its final 2 games of the year. You know, they're currently sitting 2-13 right now, and all signs of hope have been lost for the time being. Right now, you know, we have there's currently 27 Jaguars on Thursday on the COVID list. So and 10 of those players are starters. 4 of them are active starting linemen. And we're going up against one of the best defenses in the National Football League, one of the best pass rushing defenses with Matthew Judon. And then also this Patriots secondary has been quietly one of the better secondaries in the entire National Football League. So overall, it's just going to be a bad day. It's going to be a clown show. It's going to be a circus for the Jaguars on offense. And we can only hope and pray that Trevor Lawrence does not play, because he's going to be running for his life. If you thought any of these games prior to now have had Trevor running for his life, we are going up against one of the best pass rushers in the league with people that, you know, you will have never heard of some of these players, because legitimately they probably weren't on this roster 2 weeks ago. You know, we talk about how bad the wide receiver core is with Treadwell and Austin being on practice squads this year. Now, at least they have the accolade of being first-round picks. You're going to hear of players that are, you know, scattered all across the league being brought in to, you know, field what will be our offensive line. There's not going to be a running game, because by no accounts do I have any confidence in Dare Ogunbowale to do anything. Carlos Hyde is he might as well no longer be associated with the Jaguars. That had Urban Meyer written all over it. So, you know, he's on IR for his concussion now. So, Ogunbowale, does he instill any confidence in anyone? The man that struggles to make one cut. He literally just gets the ball and runs straight. He struggles to get handoffs from Trevor. And so a guy that struggles to, you know, make something happen in space, find an open hole with an offensive line that will not be able to create a hole. So, oh my God, the more I'm saying this, the more I just pray that Trevor Lawrence does not play on Sunday. It's going to be, you know, it'll be a massacre out there. But every game we play, we're another game closer to the offseason, right? And hopefully in the offseason, Balky gets fired. We can start fresh. We can take a big, deep breath of fresh, beautiful Duval air and get the stench away from us. Get the stench off of us. Get the stench into Nashville, Tennessee, into Houston, Texas, into Indianapolis, Indiana. Put the stench there. We're in the beautiful River City. We don't like the stench. We don't want the stench, right? We don't want the stench. So get that stench off of us. Man, how many times can I say stench, right? I just realized how many times I said that word. But Robinson, Norwell, Linder, Barch, and Will Richardson all have been placed on the COVID list. So there's a great possibility that, you know, Juwan Taylor, who is by far, I wish he wasn't going to play. I'm not saying I wish he would have COVID, but I'm just saying I wish he wouldn't play. He's gonna manage to be outshined by 4 people we've never heard before. He's still gonna manage to be the 5th worst lineman. I'm calling it now. So, would it be wise to play Trevor Lawrence in this game? In my opinion, absolutely not. There's no upside for this Jaguars team playing Trevor Lawrence. And the only possible thing I could see was that Beathard comes in and plays well. You know, if Beathard goes into New England, hangs like 270, 1-2 touchdowns, no interceptions, and the Jaguars are within 3 in the 4th quarter, you know, maybe Jaguars fans kind of start to look at Trevor a little sideways. You know, there's going to be that little bit of them that want him to fail for some weird reason, that just they want to be right about their pre-draft prediction that Justin Fields or Lance or Jones or Fields, did I say Fields twice? You know, they think that he is going to be the better one. So they want Trevor to fail because they want to be right. If Beathard plays on Sunday and does well, that drum is going to get hit harder and louder and more often. And that's a hell of a conversation that is going to be had. I might not have it. Other Jaguars YouTube creators might not have it. But on Twitter, especially Jaguars Facebook, that drum's already being beat into the ground on Jaguars Facebook. But there's some weird ones over there. They got some crazy takes. Don't go over there. It's scary. Overall, that'll be had. That conversation will have to be had. So, do I want Beathard to play? Yes. Do I want Beathard to not play very well? Also, yes. So that's enough about the worst offense in Jaguars history. This Jacksonville pass rush has been really non-existent. They're tied for the worst. They're tied for fourth and worst in the league with 26 sacks on the year. We're going into week 17, and this Jaguars team has 26 sacks. To put that into some context, there are teams that have over 40 sacks. We have 26. And we have the 7th overall pick in 2018, I believe. 2018 or 2019? 2019. In Josh Allen, who is struggling to get sacks. I believe he's at like 5.5 this year. We have DeJuan Smoot, who's been a quality role player. He's been a very quality role player. He's obviously not someone you're going to build around on this team. And then Taven Bryan has a couple. So, and you think about the fact that we brought in Jihad Ward. And, he's kind of gotten, I think he has like 2 sacks. One of them was a pity sack. Damian Harris has a couple Damian Wilson has a couple just because he's gotten free rushes at the quarterback. I know there was a couple weeks ago where he killed, back in the Buffalo game, I'm pretty sure he had a sack against Josh Allen. And he had another one very recently. I want to say he killed Tannehill in the last Titans game. He just absolutely demolished him. So, outside of those gimme sacks, this Jaguars front seven doesn't have a lot to hang its hat on. They don't have anything that's worth, showing to say we can build off this. In the middle part of the year, you could have said you could build around the run protection. But, it seems like Jonathan Taylor's broken this front seven. Jonathan Taylor went for the 3,000 yards he probably went for in that game. I don't have the numbers in front of me. And then it just seems like incrementally we're just getting worse and worse. And whether it be Cordero Patterson in the Falcons game, Rex freaking Burkhead was just a monster. 3rd and 5, Rex Burkhead, first down. 3rd and 4, Rex Burkhead, first down. Just, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna need medication if I think any more about that Rex Burkhead. And now for me, the big question I have about this, I want to say the entire Jaguars defense, because my God, if they can't stop the run, obviously Mac Jones is going to just pick apart this crippled defense secondary this Jaguars had with both safeties being out. But can the Jaguars front seven slow down Damian Harris? Can they? By all metrics, he's a top 10 running back right now in the league. He's 9th in yards. He is 4th in touchdowns, has 6 in the last 5 games. 6. He's averaging over 5. He's 10th in the league. He's just under 5 yards per carry for the year, and he's almost to 6 in his last 5 games. My God, it's almost 6 yards. I think he's like 5.7 yards per carry. And with the potential for inclement weather in Foxboro this weekend, oh my goodness, that makes the ability to slow down Damian Harris even more. Because in the Buffalo game, Patriots versus the Bills, Mac Jones threw the ball 3 times, and they won the game. Damian Harris won them that game. I think it was Matthew Judon. I'm screwing his name up, but he literally was like, "Yeah, the offense did a great job. They won us the game, except Mac." He really didn't do anything. He just kind of handed the ball off. So I guess, good job handing the ball off. But he gave the credit to the running game. If there's inclement weather, Bill Belichick will run the ball 40 times. He doesn't care. He wants to see a W. That's all he cares about. He doesn't care about any of our stats. What he wants to see? A W. That's what I want to see. But I made the mistake of becoming a Jaguars fan. So I get to wear a clown costume and talk about how the Patriots are going to hang 40 on us. Woo. Tyson Campbell. Tyson Campbell absolutely has continued to improve. He's improved every week since, honestly, the Atlanta games. And since the bye week, you could say. It's a tale of 2 corners right there. You have the early Tyson Campbell. For whatever reason, he learned how to look at the ball, and now he has 2 interceptions. He's dropped a couple, and he's ranked incredibly. He's ranked up with the top of the league in corners. He's one of the, and I think I saw a stat from PFF the other day. He's like one of the top 2 rookie corners outside of Diggs in Dallas. I don't know. It was another corner that he was he's top 2 with, and he has 2 interceptions and 5 passes defended in the last 5 weeks. So he's definitely improving, and I'm very excited to see what next year looks like for Tyson Campbell. Has an entire year of off-season work to get better at just being a better defender, and I'm going to be over the moon when I get to see Tyson Campbell play next year as a second-year player with hopefully an entirely new regime. And oh man, here we go. The safeties. Both Daniel Thomas and Andre Sisco are going to get the start. Wingard is probably going to be out with COVID, since he's not going to be out with COVID. He's on the COVID list, and obviously Rayshon Jenkins. He now has a leg that's in like 3 pieces with his ankle being broken. So this is going to be a huge opportunity for Andre Sisco. He was playing in the strong spot with opposite of Wingard, with Wingard being the starting free safety. With both of them out, Andre Sisco can now play his natural position, the position that he was an interception machine at while he was at Syracuse. But he had like 13 interceptions in his career at Syracuse. So I'm very excited to see what Andre Sisco looks like as the starting free safety for this Jacksonville Jaguars team. Daniel Thomas is Daniel Thomas. He's a young player. Does he have any upside? Absolutely. So, but I'm not expecting the world out of him like most of us are expecting out of Sisco with what he was billed as in through rookie minicamp, offseason, and everything like that. So, and then this Jaguar special teams. My favorite way to end every video, the special teams. It's a unit that has struggled very, very hard, very mightily in some weeks, and then some weeks they've been the reason we've won a game. You think of the foot of Matthew Wright won us the game in London against Miami. Jamal Agnew's had 2. He's arguably had one of the greatest special teams plays in Jaguars history. You think about the only one that could probably hold a candle to his 109-yard kick 6 was the 59-yard Colt killer from Scobie. That's about it. When you think of the elite plays that this Jaguars team has had, yes, you've had kickoff returns for touchdowns and things like that, but 109-yard kick 6, that's an awesome moment. That is absolutely an incredible moment. So, all I ask from special teams is don't be the reason we lose the game, and don't be the reason you're keeping us in a close game. And when I say that, I don't mean like you're keeping us in a close game with field goals. I mean like you're missing field goals and you're missing things like that when we should be up, 9-10 points, but you've missed 3 kicks and now we're tied. So that's where I'm getting at with that. Don't be the reason you're costing us the game. Don't cost us the game. Your job should be very minimal, and that's all it should be. But this game prediction is going to be horrid. The Jaguars are definitely going to fall to the Patriots by at least 3 scores. I'm going to take it with 31-7, and I'm going to say they get a garbage time touchdown. I think it's just going to be some little 7-minute drive in the 4th quarter, and they're gonna I don't know. I can't even predict scenarios in my head of how we're gonna score because I don't know. We don't score. We don't score with the best quarterback prospect to come out in a very long time, and so I don't know. Garbage time touchdown though. They'll get it where they get it. I'm not gonna rack my brain around trying to figure out that one, but hey, make us 1 week closer to the offseason, and Shad Khan, do the right thing. Fire Trent Baalke. I want to take the clown stuff off. It itches my neck. This wig's itchy. I'm tired of wearing it, but I'm not going to stop until you fire Trent Baalke. So with that being said, fire Trent Baalke, stay safe, and go Jaguars.